I would love to do a U.S. tour once the election's over. You know, my nights and days are, every minute counts right now until October 19th, the election day. Like this morning, I finished putting up signs at 4 a.m., got 2 hours sleep, and went straight back to the campaign office and loaded myself up with caffeine to deal with issues that were pressing. And you know, we've managed to put this together at the last minute somehow. It's a miracle. But until the 19th, I won't be doing any tours. But I would love to come down to the U.S. and talk about our experiences up here in Canada fighting for liberty. It's tough, man. This is a slog. It's not for the faint of heart. You know, I used to run into burning buildings for a living, and I think I long for the simple life of running into burning buildings again, because it's a lot easier than doing this, I'll tell you that. But it's the right thing to do. You know, I think I'm going to write a book afterwards called The Audacity of Hopelessness. Thanks, Max. Yeah, I'm going to call it The Audacity of Hopelessness. You know, Obama wrote a book called The Audacity of Hope. To me, there's no audacity in having, you know, a guaranteed or, you know, an expected outcome. Audacity comes when you expect failure, when you expect that no matter how hard you try, you're never going to make a dent, and yet you act anyways. To me, that's audacious, and that's what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
So. Hi, back from. I'm not going to be able to focus on the debate with questions like that.
Yeah, my battery's in the
See, none of the other leaders have to deal with this. They don't have text like this popping up. They don't have environmentalists chanting in the background. They don't have... I mean, why can't I be in the studio? I could rip it up in there, but... Well, that's okay. Well, I love all you guys, too. I mean, look at all this. Love coming my way. So these guys want to take Canada off oil. I wonder how they're going to do that. I wonder if they're inventors or something. I mean, maybe they invented a way to harness unicorn farts. Maybe they invented a quantum energy drive. I'm really curious to know how government is going to get us off oil. All right, here we go. I got a bunch of black ops vehicles going by me right now. It's kind of distracting. Oh, look at this. There goes. What a mug. And from the Libertarian Party, Tim Moen, he forgot to say. Practical investments that are affordable. So here we are. Here already, Harper's talking about spending government money to stimulate the economy. Practical investments. He's going to invest it in practical things, not wacky things like I don't know, green energy and solar panels. Okay, slightly better, I guess. Practical things. But how about you just let me invest my money, Steve? Would that be all right? Just the nature of these questions. What comes next for jobs, for people, for security? As if Harper has the answers to these things. I mean, I don't even know what's going to happen in my life. How is Harper going to know what's going to happen in my life, let alone the aggregate of Canadians' lives? It's offensive that the moderator assumes that government is this omniscient creature that knows what's going on.
People are
That's true. You should not run deficits. But specific investments, what? Stephen Harper is a Keynesian from way back, and it's disappointing because at one time he flirted with libertarianism, but then a few years ago he said libertarians were no longer welcome in his party. And he turned into a giant Keynesian, and he started bailing out failing auto plants and mucking around in the economy. Tommy's going to tell us what's up now. Tom's plan to kickstart the economy is to remortgage his house 1 million times and dump that money into the Canadian economy. Balancing your work life and family life, okay. Well, what does the government have to do with that? Affordable childcare. So people without kids are going to be subsidizing people with kids. Tommy, disappointed in you. Oh, Justin is in touch with blue-collar Canadians, while Harper is, up in his ivory tower at Sussex Drive. Trudeau, Mr. Trust Fund, is in touch with average Canadians. I wonder if Trudeau has ever swung an axe before, or a chainsaw. I wonder if he's ever built a house. Somehow I don't think so. He did smoke weed, that's true. Oh, he's going to run 3 modest deficits. Oh, that's an investment, running a deficit. The Liberal Party. Yeah, Harper's making a good point here. I mean, of the 3 evil people on the dais there, I could just imagine if Tom Mulcair was at the wheel or Trudeau was at the wheel in the last 2 or 3 terms, what this economy would be right now. I think it would be a disaster. So as bad as Harper is, these other two are ridiculous for thinking that they could have done a better job with their Keynesian policies on steroids. Oh, JT's coming out swinging. Look at this. Justin's handlers obviously told him to come out aggressive. I wonder if Justin Trudeau has created any jobs. Has he started any businesses? He probably spent some of his trust fund money. That might have stimulated the economy. Burned up through Dad's money. Tommy Mulcair is positioning himself as the centrist choice here. Trudeau's going to hit the panic button. Harper's hitting the snooze button. Mulcair will hit the I'm an adult, mature button. Political theater is wonderful, isn't it? Yeah. That's right. It's getting rowdy. So Trudeau just made an interesting point there about pensions not being taxes, and of course they're not. I mean, you're contributing to a pension fund, but what you're doing is actually contributing to a giant slush fund, and it requires new contributors. It requires new people. I mean, it's a Ponzi scheme, right? And so if you don't have that new money, you're not going to have your pension. And so original contributors to old age security and CPP got back 17 times what they contributed to it. The current generation, millennials, are expected to get about 2/3 of what they contribute. Now that's assuming that everything runs along smoothly and there's no monetary bubble collapses, there's no economic catastrophe, and of course there are indications that we're going to see economic catastrophe in the future. We have inflation, we have the dollar destabilizing. We're going into uncertain times, and the idea that your pension's going to be there, I think, is